Welcome back to Bitcoin Advisors channel. My name is Chris, and today we're going to talk about exactly what Bitcoin is going to do over the next 4 to 8 hours, over the next week, over the next 2 weeks. So let's start with the next 4 to 8 hours. Let's see if we can simplify this. You see this slew of lower lows and a slew of lower highs as we're approaching the green 55 exponential moving average. And if we are going to begin to see volatility decline, I would expect a rejection from this area and further continuation to the downside. So I'd be looking for this 4-hour momentum oscillator to just kind of roll over at some point over the next, well, it could be as soon as Bitcoin closes below 56,428. So I'm going to go ahead and mark that off, 56,428. And that price, and that will, move up over time. But essentially, I am looking for a bit of a sell pressure to come in here on Bitcoin. As there is now people net long on Ethereum and net long on Bitcoin. And there's a major bubble here at, call it 58,707. If we reject from there, I would expect a quick move back to the bottom side of the range. So if we do put in a lower high on the 4-hour time frame, I could very likely see us, making a new low and ultimately heading down to our, bottom side area at 51,333. And I do believe we will bounce here at about 52.5 on the first pass, and probably going to bounce off this level here at 54 as well. So a lot of bounce here, bounce there, metaphors for you. But essentially, the weekly did print a bearish engulfing candle, implying some continuation to the downside. And if we do tap this wick one more time, I'd expect a bounce on the first pass at 53,000. Let's check in on the stock market, which appears to be putting in a pretty nasty double top at the moment. Would I say that is confirmed? Not yet, but at the very least, it does look like it wants to trade down a bit further, which does imply Bitcoin might be on the receiving end of another red candle. Now, there's a weekly time frame outlook as well that, hey, when you see a bearish engulfing candle on the weekly time frame, you're going to get double that, over the next week or two. Where does 10%, and that was a 10% move. 10% does fill the middle of that wick, which is coming in, call it $52,000, right around this level. We want to see that double bottom action happen right there, right then, as we had been talking about since the 12-hour range broke, and we got a bit of a fake out. So I'm going to see if I can pull that chart back up. Pulling the chart back up, the Twitter charts. Let's see if my good old squares are there. Nope. I may. So interesting how the settings work on. Let's see, that should do it. And we should get some very, very nice charts to look at. Bitcoin, come on the daily. Here it is. Falling channel, and we did say, hey, look, if we broke this 12-hour range to the upside, right, we suspected we'd get a test to the top side of the range. We didn't quite get there, but I think close enough is close enough. And then we were expecting a higher low here. That got rejected, right? That did not happen. We fell back into the box, headed to the bottom side. Now we've got trap traders on the opposite side Can this have one more leg lower? Absolutely. Into this box is fair game, and I would suspect that if we do get the bullish divergence on the daily time frame, right now would confirm with a daily closure, call it back above 60,000 bucks. Back above this middle of this channel, that would be very, very good for, at least, again, a run up to the highs, somewhere around 62 to 63,000 bucks in that range. Any kind of a daily closure back above there and momentum crossing back to the upside probably today. As long as we're above 57,000 bucks by the end of the day, we're at about 59 right now. So making it very difficult to trade this market, and that's what I wanted to point out there. What else did I want to point out? Just a long trade setup idea that I have here, coming off this hammer right here. And I would judge it as it comes in, right? Probably, give it a little breath here and just aim for the middle of this wick, in fact. That's where I would do it. And then stop loss slightly below this low, as I do believe, if they can always wick right into it. But needless to say, just a trade idea, and that's on BLX, so it doesn't look as pretty. But momentum is down on the daily. We'll be flipping up today. The 2-day is going to flip up as well, or flip down. So hourly, I'm going to get a new chart here. Let's pull up the the real chart, BTC USDT.P. And remember, Bitcoin on Binance, perpetual tether contracts is the best chart for charting. It's the best chart for charting. Oh, and I'm going to show you guys trade setups that I just took. But let's finish up Bitcoin here. So, next major buying opportunity is going to be the bullish divergence on the daily time frame. Do I think this is it? Probably not. Probably not, if I had to guess. But what am I trying to say here? That, yes, we target the middle of this wick, look for the bullish divergence on the RSI. So that would be higher lows in the RSI while the price is making a lower low. So we want to see a lower low coming in somewhere around 52,000 bucks. And then we want to see that double bottom formation to get confirmation that we will get a shot back to the top side of the range. And what would that look like? Bing. Higher low. And then a shot all the way up here. Boom. Grabs all that liquidity, and then we can short it all the way back down to the bottom side of the range. Oh, that would be a lot of fun, because we could get a bit more sideways action. 2 more weeks until the rate cut, September 18th. 2 more weeks. So that's a lot of time in Bitcoin land, and a lot can happen over that time period. So good time to be getting positioned and getting your biases in. Whether you are bullish or bearish. Or you can learn how to trade by joining our Discord, and we give out some trade signals. And I spoke about this one yesterday, and it looks like I'm getting a round trip here, so I am going to let this one go. As I already closed some of the profit, but looks like we're getting another higher low. So I'm going to get out like spout, or at least put the stop loss right there. And that's right before my take profit. This is the account we were trading yesterday, which if I go to my overview, is that what I want to do? Futures account. Let's see. So we are up 41% from yesterday's trades, and I just put in 2 more. They're also dropped in the Discord. Make sure you sign up to our favorite new exchange, Blowfin. There's also a link in the description below there, and you can join us on the journey from taking $100 up to $1,000. I know you want to get rich quick. Well, this is the way to do it. Turn your $100 into $1,000. Let's see if we can do it over the next couple of weeks. And just using the signals given it in our Discord. So that should be fun. Make sure you like and subscribe. Hang out with us, once a day. Check in on the markets as we are digesting Bitcoin one bearish divergence at a time. And could we be getting a bit of an M formation as we grab the liquidity here? And we look as liquidity is stacked to the downside, right? I mean, shorts will get liquid, longs will get liquidated if they push the price down. So are people finally pulling out the bull goggles and getting back into this market? And this was the level I was looking to add to my short. In fact, right here in the box of the peace and the prosperity, if we're going to remain bearish, you would expect a rejection here and another closure back below the 382 fib. And I would say that would be good enough to send it to the downside to our next target, which is going to be, probably slightly lower, coming in at 54,750 on the shorter term time frame. All right, so again, we've got the bias, and the busting bias would be a daily closure back above 60,000. Okay, probably going to get one more run at these highs here at about 63, 64. But overall, I don't think they're ready to let us get out of this market and just go straight up to the Valhalla heavens, as they say, or whatever you want to call it. Anyways. Love you guys. Thanks for being here. I will see you in the next one, and have yourself a blessed and highly favored day. Take care.